UGD coming at you with the Lone Wolf Compact. Yeah, that's all you call it. It's a Lone Wolf Compact. And it is not a Glock, a little bit of Glock, got a bit of Glock. I don't know how to say it, guys, but yeah, I saw this on the arms list and gave the guy a call and talked to him a little about it. And I had to go look at it. Now, I did not have the intention of just jumping all over it and buying it because, frankly, I am not a Glock guy. I've never liked the feel of a Glock in my hand and shooting. But talked to this guy a little bit about it, and he had the same problem. So he went to Lone Wolf, and they're out of Idaho, and apparently there's a bunch of fellows up there that looked at the Glock and said, yeah, we can do that a whole lot better. And frankly, I think they hit a home run here. To tell you a little bit about the gun, it is based on the Glock 19, so we got the correct caliber in 9mm, and there are three components to this thing that essentially are Glock. That's it. Yeah, the rest of the gun is Lone Wolf. And those three components are the barrel, which is a OEM Glock 19 barrel, a guide rod, and spring. Yeah, that's it. That's all the Glock there is in there. So it is a not a Glock with a little bit of Glock, kind of a Glock, which, yeah, that gets confusing. And the gentleman was building a carry concealed weapon and specifically had this factory built by him. So he had the slide put together and the frame put together by Lone Wolf and shipped out to him. But then he said, you know what? It's got a little too much Glock. So he went ahead and ordered the Lone Wolf 19P2 dual ported barrel for this thing. So now we're getting a little closer to completely not a Glock. And then he ordered the guide rod, stainless steel guide rod and spring for said barrel. And now if you throw that all in there and the aftermarket magazine he had, now you've got not a Glock, completely not a Glock. I don't even know what we're doing here. It gets confusing after a while. But, you know, again, not a Glock guy. So when I went and looked at it, threw it in my hand and said, yeah, that baby just went home. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Feels awesome in the hand. And I think Lone Wolf just hit it out of the park. Now, they are known for the barrels. They are known for the frames. They do offer slides. They'll throw all of this together for you to build not a Glock. Yeah, so fellas, if you're in the market for a not Glock, Lone Wolf's definitely your distributor for that. Let's give you a quick rundown of this hot rod. It is build materials are going to be 416 stainless steel on the slide. Of course, it's got that little bit of brush to it. Polymer frame, and it is a sturdy polymer. I mean, there's no flex, no give into it. 15+1, just like your Glock 19. Comes in at 26 ounces empty, 32 ounces fully loaded. That is not too bad. Length on it is 7 1/8 inch. 7 1/8 inch. It's going to be 4 7/8 inch tall. And then the width is just a little bit over an inch. So really, the specs on it, I really do like. Yeah, that fits the carry concealed market for me. Now that 14 stainless steel slide has a satin finish, and it's got a little bit of wear to it, a little bit of rub to it over the years, being a carry concealed. So it's probably going to get a fluff and buff on it. And this frame, and that's really where the home run is, the frame. You know, the polymer frame, it just feels super right in the hands. And from my understanding, reading online, it's more of a 1911 grip angle. But then it's got this super long, ginormous beaver tail. Love it. Love that super long, ginormous beaver tail. The Glock safeties are all in this hot rod. It does have what they call the ultimate adjustable trigger shoe. Yeah, that's all aluminum right there, fellas. Aluminum little safety. And the trigger on this thing, I think, sets it way apart from the Glock. You know, you've already got fit, finish are excellent. The feel is, for me, it surpasses Glock. But then that trigger is excellent. I mean, there's just no mushiness to it all. It just really glides through and breaks so cleanly. Really impressed with that. And the owner of it really wanted me to experience that reset. So if you see the reset, that's it. A crazy quick reset on this hot rod. Now, it is completely adjustable. I don't know if I'm going to leave it there, but yeah, if it shoots, I might just leave it there because that is crazy quick reset. The slide lock on this thing is extended. It's a Lone Wolf extended slide lock. And it does really fit well, and it's very easy to reach, and it's very positive to grab. The mag release on this thing is ginormous compared to Generation 3, and I think it is even bigger than the Gen 4s and Gen 5s. The sights on this thing, he had a Mariglow put on it. Night sight on the front, single dot on the back. Not really familiar with the Mariglow, but we're going to give them a try. And at first impression, I do like the alignment of the sight. The trigger guard, instead of having that kick out, a little bit rounded off, which I think is more comfortable. I don't need that protrusion out there. I don't go finger over like some people do. And then the profile on this thing is a lot more shallow than a Glock. Yeah, the finger groove profile is a lot more shallow and more comfortable in the fit, more comfortable in my hands. And then I like a little bit of rounding and the beveling that's been done to the slide, and just really has an overall awesome appeal. So let's take this hot rod apart real quick and see what we got inside. Now, Glocks, they're notorious for being really difficult to take apart. There you go. If you look inside of there, just the milling is excellent, 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 excellent. Really impressed with what they do there. And we're going to pop out this OEM barrel. Yeah, there's some Glock goodness. Absolutely Glock goodness right there. And, we'll shoot it with the OEM barrel, and then we're going to slide this big old hot rod in there and take it for a test drive and see how it does. So if I put this in here, if I put this Lone Wolf barrel in, and I take this guide rod right here and spring, put this together, and slap that baby together, and you've got a completely non-Glock Glock. Yeah, there you go, fellas. Complete non-Glock Glock. I am back and forth on this ported barrel sticking out of there. So sometimes I look at it and think, yeah, that's pretty sweet, and then sometimes I look at it and go, well, that's getting a little bit ridiculous. But we'll shoot both of them and see how they are. The weight does change a little bit on the gun. I think you're adding a couple more ounces, so it may shoot a little bit better when you're at the range. Now, as far as carry concealed, I don't know if I want that sticking out there, but we'll see. I'm going to give you another look inside of this frame because there is some goodness there too. Where they really went on this thing is really how they polished and took their time on all of these bits and pieces. The rails are silky smooth. Another thing I like about it is a full rail right there. So if you got to hang a light, laser, or what other kind of garbage on there, you got plenty of spots to do that with. So yeah, really, really impressed. Now this is going to have to go to the gun range, and there's only one way to find out if you got a good firearm, and that is just to shoot the hell out of it. Now, the great thing about this, and my wife did not realize this when I bought it, is not only do I get to shoot the hell out of it once, but I got to shoot the hell out of this thing twice because I've got two barrels to figure out what I got here. So, fellas, this thing's going to run to the range. We're going to find out what kind of gun that Lone Wolf builds. And I got to believe if it's from Idaho, one of the prettiest states in our country, it's going to be a great pistol. So this is UGD coming at you with the Lone Wolf, not a Glock, kind of a Glock, bit of Glock. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up. If you think, boy, you ought to go work for Glock, hit the thumbs down. And please subscribe.